part of the Wrestling for Life network here on YouTube for the better part of a year, maybe about 6 months. Over on that channel, I am watching every WrestleMania 1 to 39 until we get to the historic WrestleMania 40 in April 2024. It's going to take me a while to get through 39 of these. A couple days ago, I did over on the channel do a watch along of WrestleMania 1. So I will be doing the watch alongs over there, and I will be giving you my rating and kind of my overall thoughts of each WrestleMania over on this channel. So let's get into it. So to start off the show, kind of the lower card, we got matches like Tito Santana versus the Executioner. Wasn't exactly my fave, but that happened. SD Jones versus King Kong Bundy. This was kind of a squash match. I always love to see King Kong Bundy. I mean, it doesn't matter what era you're from, he's pretty iconic. One of my favorite matches on the card, it was the third match on the card. That was Ricky Steamboat versus Matt Bourne, aka Doink the Clown, but not as Doink the Clown. It was just Matt Bourne. This match, Matt Bourne deserves more love. Let's just put that out there. He had an episode as Doink the Clown over on Dark Side of the Ring. It was phenomenal. I need to watch more of Matt Bourne's stuff because this match, Matt Bourne versus Ricky Steamboat, was so good. And we had David Sammartino versus Brutus Beefcake. This was an all right match. David Sammartino, Bruno Sammartino's son. It was okay. Bruno was there and he did get involved a little bit. I could have done without this, to be completely honest, personal opinion. Now going into the higher card, we did get a tag team match for the tag team title, and that was the Iron Sheik and Nicola versus Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. This was a pretty good match. Sheik and Nicola did go on to win the tag team titles. WrestleMania 1 was in 1985, so I kind of expected it obviously to be dated. I have seen it a long time ago. This is not something that I would go back and watch. I grew up in the 90s. 1985 was, before I was born. It's something that I watched, but probably when I was a kid back in Hamilton with the people that got me into wrestling. I've seen clips of this, WrestleMania 1, obviously. But this is my first time watching it through in probably, 20 years or something. Everything is a little bit different because it was the 80s, but this was a pretty good tag team match. It was cool to see the Iron Sheik back in his heyday as well. I love to watch the Iron Sheik. Now we have the $15,000 body slam match. This was Big John Studd versus Andre the Giant. I love Andre the Giant. Seeing him in the back, he speaks in his promos. Andre the Giant did end up winning this match. He got the $15,000 and kind of just threw it to the crowd. It was pretty good. So Andre the Giant body slammed John Studd to win this match. It was pretty fun. It is what it is. It was a stiff match. They're both really big guys, especially Andre the Giant. He's not a fast mover or anything. It was what it was. It was a lot of fun seeing him take the money. He just wanted to win the match, didn't care about the money, and threw it to the crowd. Loved it. Now the WWE Women's title match. This was Kai, managed by the Fabulous Moolah, so she was there, versus Wendy Richter, managed by Cyndi Lauper. My first ever concert was Cher, and Cyndi Lauper opened for her, and it was just so good. Like, I was a kid, my aunt bought me the tickets. Anyways, so it was really cool. I've seen this match before. It is a great women's match. Wendy Richter is so iconic, and she deserves more recognition than what she gets, and she did walk away with the title in this match. I highly recommend for people that support women's wrestling to watch this match because it's a good one. Now we have the main event, which was a tag match. It was Hulk Hogan teaming with Mr. T. So that alone, I was like, I don't really remember this match. Not something that I would go back to. I'm not a huge Hogan stan. I'm sorry. Brother. But it was those two teaming up against Mr. Wonderful Paul and Roddy Piper. I am such a Roddy fan. If you don't know, now you know. Coming from Scotland, my dad's side of the family is from Edinburgh, so seeing somebody in a kilt, Roddy's entrance with the bagpipe band coming down the ramp.
There it is! The bagpipe entourage of one Roddy
My dad was in a bagpipe band, so you know what, just it's all nostalgia for me. That's how I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, my dad playing the bagpipes. So like, nostalgia purposes on that. Loved it going into it. I didn't have a lot of like expectations out of this match. I was like, oh, I don't really remember watching this, to be completely honest. Again, I probably did about 20 years ago when I was watching a lot of old WWF stuff. When it comes to 80s wrestling, I have watched some of it, but mostly from clips and stuff. Again, this was from before I was born. I am going to say right now, this is a match that I will be watching again in the very near future. I had a lot of fun watching this match. Wasn't blow me out of the water, but I think when it comes to Roddy Piper, anything that he's involved in, it makes me happy. Bagpipes aside, I just love him and everything he does. He's so charismatic, even in the ring, and he's not speaking. He blows me out of the water every single time. I think when it comes to Mr. T and Hulk Hogan in the ring, I'm never all that excited, to be honest. But I had so much fun watching this match. This is a pay-per-view that, you know what, because it is dated, I went in with an open mind. See where WrestleMania started, 1985, WrestleMania 1. This is a pay-per-view as a whole that I will probably watch again soon. 1985, there wasn't a lot of bells and whistles, but I really enjoyed how Cyndi Lauper got involved in this pay-per-view, bringing music and wrestling together as WrestleMania is known for. I would give this pay-per-view a solid 6.9 out of 10. The card, I felt like it flowed really well, and I was really interested in seeing what the outcomes were, even though I didn't exactly know some of these storylines. It was a solid overall pay-per-view that I enjoyed watching, even as a 90s kid. So let me know what you think about WrestleMania 1 and what were some of your favorite matches on that card. Have you seen it? Have you seen it recently? And is it something that you will go back and watch now? Next week on Tuesday, same bat channel, same bat time, 11:30, over on the Wrestling for Life Network, I will be watching WrestleMania 2, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me over on Twitter. I have the link pinned to the top of my profile. Let's go. We only got 38 more to go before WrestleMania 40. That shouldn't have been that hard. Bye.